Heartlings, HeartGamer26 here, and I am back with a brand new episode of AutoCraft! Yes, we are back. Last episode of AutoCraft, we ended up working on Soleil's house, and I went on a little bit of a rant about that. But today we are here with Erik's house, and as you can see in the background, I am once again doing a time-lapse on working on that. So right now we're working on the exterior of his lovely, lovely house. But yeah, we are back, and this is the final house out of the trio that I needed to build. We still got more houses. I think we got 2 more on this island that I need to build up, but this is the last of the trio that I pre-built and got all that set up. But yeah, did this in stream, which for some of you already saw the event. I'm gonna say this, you may notice that some of the leaves and some of the flowers didn't get finished up. I'm gonna show that later, but I did that after the recording of this because I apparently, because I do use Lightmatica when it comes to my building stuff, Lightmatica only counts the patch, I think, not the individual flowers you need. So same with the leaf litter. So I was like, oh, I only need 25 of this. No, I needed like 4 times that amount because I had like 25 patches or something like that of stuff. And no, I needed more than that, which was like, oh, okay, great. But that's resolved later. We're finishing up the outside with our little fire pit. I actually really like that fire pit. It was a kind of a creative little idea that I liked, trying to get that. Sorry, I just saw me hop along and I just could not help but laugh. But I really like that fire pit. It was really adorable. And I know we're going to switch over to the house. But before we do talk about the house, you may notice there's something in the back that's gray with the white. That's supposed to be like a camp cot, or like, you know, when you go camping you have a cot. That was what the whole premise of that was. I don't think it translated as well as I was hoping it would, but it was an attempt. I may go back in the future to do it, but we'll have to see. But yeah, now we're working on the house, and this house was interesting. It was a bit complicated like Soleil's house, because Soleil and Erik came along a little bit later. I mean, Tia's house was a little bit complicated, but I got that one to work a lot better than Soleil's, and definitely Erik's. Erik's is not 100% accurate to what his house is for the interior. You guys will see it better when we get to the interior part of the house for building. But for his walls, he has like, I don't think it's animated, but he has like people skiing, and I really couldn't get that to work. Like, I personally don't know how to get that to work without putting so many armor stands down or like a bunch of banners, because I really don't want it to be laggy, and I'm already going to put a bunch of armor stands for other related like works, like for the shops and maybe some stuff that's around the houses, and I'm already going to have enough with that. I just didn't want it everywhere on the walls. So I instead went kind of with the polished diorite and the calcite as a texture, which I really do like. I like that texture. I still pray to this day that we're going to get calcite blocks in the future. I want calcite blocks so much, besides what we have. I'm talking like the bricks and the polish. I really, really want more variety with the calcite, because for calcite, it's one of my favorite, like, white blocks I like to build with. That sounds really weird, but like the white color. I really like it. I just wish we had more like variations of it in the future. And polished diorite's not the worst thing, but you can tell it doesn't blend in with the calcite. It's very blocky. It doesn't blend in. I'm sure there's ways to do that, but yeah. So, but with Erik's house, it's supposed to be a cabin, and so that's why I went with the spruce, and why you can see the edges of the spruce logs instead of like trying to conceal it with the wooden, like the what are those called? Wooden blocks? I don't know what they're fully called off my head, where it's like all 4 sides are aren't. You can't see I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. You can't see the rings of the trunk, I guess you could say. And decided, because this is supposed to be a log cabin and you can kind of see it in the game, that I wanted you to be able to see the inner part of the trunk of the tree and give that log cabin feel. And I like the blue glass to kind of give that icy feel to the house. Like, again, once again, they have windows on the exterior, but no windows on the interior with that. But, I mean, some of the houses I gotta work with what I got. And I really do like how they turned out. You can't really see it in this time-lapse, but on the other side, I mean, you can kind of see the blue at the very tippy top, but on the other side there's another window, so I was doing that. I went with the fence gates as the, what was the siding? No, not the siding. The window siding? I don't know what they're called. It's like on the top of my head and I can't remember, but I went with the fence gates because I really like how they look, especially open, because they give a different kind of look to them. And it worked out for what I was planning to do with this build, because I wanted a little, I like having things next to the window. I mean, they also have it that way in the actual builds. They have, like, I don't know what those are called, but they have those on the windows for all the builds, and I definitely like to play around with it, because usually I use trapdoors. I think I did that with Soleil's house for the trapdoors, but I really like the fence gates, how they turned out for this one. So we're getting to the roof of Erik's house and the ceiling as well, which we're gonna see. Yeah, there was a bit of a trim, so that's why I brought out the spruce before going to a darker tone with the dark oak, which I really like. Thankfully it wasn't all one color, so kind of give that trim. And I found that not all houses have the trims, I think, but definitely this one. And I know Soleil's had the trim. I think Tia's did too. And I like having that. It's kind of a cool idea, and I might use that in my some of my own personal builds where I'm not recreating something, or if I can remember to do it. And I liked it. I really did. And now I'm working on the roof, as you can see, or the ceiling, I should say. And I went with a pale oak to kind of give that white feel, because again, unless you have the editing abilities to edit. Yeah, great grammar. The ability to edit your villagers' houses, which I haven't got to still yet. I'm still waiting. You really don't see what the ceiling looks like, and because you can't really move the camera that much in their houses, and I kind of try to match it with whatever, like, the theme is. So, like, with Soleil, we went red. You have Erik's house, because of all the white, we went with the white. I think I went dark oak for the for Tia's, because of how dark her house is on the interior. And yeah, I really like doing that idea. I'm gonna keep going with the last two houses, which I'm very excited. We got Judy and Meringue, I think, left. So we got those, and then there is this section outside, like right next to the shop of the Able sisters, where I have in the game, I've said this before, I still have no idea what I'm going to do for that section, because I have in the game, it's seasonal, and unfortunately the seasonal is wedding related stuff, and I don't know what to do for Minecraft, because I don't know, I might maybe do something updated related, but I don't have any Nautilus heads, so there's that. I mean, I could try other things. I don't know. Maybe I might ask on stream when we eventually get to that point. And yeah. And then we're getting closer to the end of the roof. You'll see it's a little bit cut off, but we do have a chimney. Most of the houses have chimneys, which I really like. It adds to it, and it's a very easy thing to do. You just add a campfire and try to get the right textures for stuff. And because I think Soleil's had mud brick, and I know, oh no, Erik's had the mud brick. I think Soleil's had something else. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, we get the lovely chimney up there, and now we're going to be moving into the interior. And normally I worked on this is just me doing some last minute stuff. I did forget about the siding, but now we're going to shift to the interior, but I forgot to put the doors up because I usually do the doors at the last minute because I don't want to keep opening and closing them as I'm trying to get in. So I decided to go with some jungle to kind of give that a little bit of a different like texture, not texture, well, kind of texture, but color to it. And then I realized, oh, I messed up on how the trapdoors are supposed to look because they were supposed to be one way, and I didn't get it that one way, so I had to build up and kind of, work with it, trying to shift and not open the door and get it to properly put the trapdoors down, and it was like a whole thing. So then we're gonna zoom right into the interior, and as you can see, it's very white because he lives in a snowy area, and we're gonna see that I used glass because he has a lot of ice furniture, but I didn't want to use ice because if I have lights down, they can melt, and I didn't want to have that, and the furnace going can melt it. So I went with kind of the cyan, or is it light blue ice? I think it was glass. I think it was light blue glass. And so I went with the glass to kind of give that ice feel. So then we don't have to worry about it melting. I make a makeshift bed using the mangrove blocks, which I thought turned out really nicely. And then I use the warp to make the table and the chair that we're going to be doing. So yeah, I like how everything turned out, and we're going to do a better look-see in a minute. And yeah, I really like how everything turned out here. Like the table. The table and the chair are supposed to be ice, but I just went, you know what? Let's go the warp because I think that would work a lot better than glass. And yeah, so we're kind of getting to the end. So I'll see you in game. So I know I said we were going to jump into the game, but first, before we do that, it is time for the question of the week. It is now May. I can't believe it's already May. Where did April go? So that means summer's around the corner. So I guess my question of the week for you is, do you have plans this summer? Anything you're looking forward to? I probably really don't have plans. We're probably going to just do the same thing I do every day and just stay at home. Might go out for walks. I've been trying to walk the dog a little bit more and might do that. No, not really else much planned, but I would love to hear your guys' plans. Let me know in the comments down below. We'll have a lovely discussion. So, guess we'll head into the game. All right, so we are back here outside of Erik's house. And, so I can give you guys a bit of a better tour of what we made. So first things first, as I mentioned in the voiceover, I talked about all the lovely flowers, the wildflowers, and the lovely leaf litter. Yeah, I think it only counted the patches because I did not have enough. I was like very short on how much of the yellow wildflowers I needed. Same with the leaf litter. I was very much under, so yeah, I had to make more, but that's okay. It turned out pretty good at the end. I had the stuff to do that. What are you doing, Coffee? Is it because I'm distracted? You're trying to eat the cat food. Knock it off. Sorry, dog. Anyway, so a little tour outside here. So this is kind of like a little bit of a campground. And so we have our little bonfire with, the soup boiling or whatever they're making over the fire. I didn't add any liquid in it. I might, maybe, but yeah. Here's where they cook the soup or stews or other stuff that requires water, I guess. This is supposed to be a grill, so I had the crafting benches and the smoker out. So, you have the lid where you close the lid while you're smoking whatever food you're making, or not smoking, but, barbecue, or it's supposed to be a barbecue grill, but I probably could add maybe here, maybe add some stuff here. I'm not certain. Might do that in the future. So this is, I talked about it in the thing. This is supposed to be a cot. It's a cot. It's not the best thing ever, but, I tried. I might redo that. I guess I've been trying to avoid the bed because I don't know exactly what I'm planning to do for the people that live here, if they're villagers or if they're copper golems or they're armor statues. Phone, why? Really? I'm sorry. Once again, we got interrupted, and I promise this time it won't be a short. But we got, these are supposed to be like camp chairs. I really like them. I like how they turned out. We got ourselves a lantern over here. I actually did this instead of an actual lantern, and it's doing what I want. I don't know if you saw it in the time lapse that it actually turned, like the light actually turned when it got night. I just didn't want the flashing of night and day, so, but it actually did turn on, unlike over here where it's messed up. I really thought you could use the daylight sensors on copper bulbs to help turn on the lights, and no you can't, and I've been kind of too stubborn to change from copper bulbs to redstone lamps, which would do so much better. I probably should. That probably really should be something I should change up. But yeah, we come over here. I know I spent a little time working over here, but yeah, see, we got the fence gates as my... I still haven't figured out the word, but still the stuff around the window. I like how it looks. It's a nice design. So then, come over here. The bushes have the same thing with the windows. I added glow light in. I still need to add a bunch of the lights. But if we come in here, here is Eric's house. And of course, we got a lot of the snow. We got the glass, which is supposed to represent the ice. This is supposed to be like an ice table, an ice bed. And then we got another table and a chair so you can sit and chill. Oh, we got someone online. You know, chill. Since his house is made of snow and stuff. But yeah, the carpet, I forgot to mention, the carpet's made out of snow. And, you know, it was the best thing that I could come up with because I want that cold, icy feeling. I don't know if I'll come back and add more decor because, like, I'm really trying to keep it to how it looks in the game. But part of me is, like, already, like, I wish I had maybe blue glass like panes dripping down as ice to really sell that ice feel. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think I should stick to the original... Why did I open the door? Stick to the original plan of just trying to recreate it, or should I add some extra features here and there? Let me know in the comments down below. That would have been such a better question of the day or week. But yeah, if we fly up here, since you guys didn't get a good look at it, we got the lovely the lovely chimney going off. Even though it doesn't connect anything in the house, it still has the chimney, so they have the little smoke coming out from the campfire. I really like it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this line of houses. So we have let's do a flyover. So we got Nook's Cranny, which is in the house, but we got Shino's house, which I still need to come up with a design for the exterior. I might do that in stream one of these days. I'm going to have to do this in stream one of these days so we can get that done. We got then Tia's house over here. I still love the color scheme that I had with the prismarine and the quartz. It's a very lovely color scheme. Really like it. Then we come over here to Soleil's house, which, you know, had me go on that rant because we're going to be getting Cinnabar blocks, which going from now that they're not going to be adding more features as of right now to the new update, I wonder if we are going to get it this summer. So Soleil's house may change once that gets added, because as much as I like it, I would love to see how the Cinnabar looks, and I definitely might change it. I think the ceiling will definitely stay mangrove, but we might change it up, and I might be able to have a little bit more intricate design for the walls, because she does have intricate designs on the walls for the red. But yeah, we'll have to see about that. And then of course, finally, we have the one ow, that hurt. The one and only Eric's house. So that we got that all taken care of. And so we have this empty spot, which has a table and its little concert area for my gyroids, and we'll have to have that. But the spot that I was talking about in the voiceover is over here. So if we come to the Able Sisters. I do need to add the display, but right here, this is the one spot that I still have no idea what I'm going to do with. Because it's the seasonal area. So I don't know, but we still got time. I have 2 more houses to build up. We got, I think this is Judy's house. And then we got Meringue's house over here. Otherwise, it's flipped. And I know the sheep will need to move, so we'll probably move them there since I don't need to build that up yet. But yeah, we're getting closer and closer to being done with this part of the island. And then I'm hoping after we get done with that, we can move over to there. No, what we really should do first is do the terraforming. I'm dreading doing the sand part of the terraforming. I don't want to do it, but I know I'm going to have to. So, I also on stream added the more some grass to give it like bit of texture. Part of me is feeling this is too much grass because if we look at how the picnic area looks, it's just little bits of patches of grass. So I might lower how much grass is there. And I think I'm going to do that too with here, adding where there's grass, adding some actual like grass. Maybe some bushes would help. Just to add more texture because it is very flat. And unfortunately, Animal Crossing is kind of flat when it comes to that type of stuff. But yeah, anyway, I think that's going to be about it. I'm pretty happy on how all the houses turned out. I'm happy on how Erik's house turned out. So yeah, with that, we're gonna go chill outside Erik's house. And yeah, with that, we're gonna end this episode. So thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. Last week we did upload the 3rd episode of One Block Skyblock. I know it did come out a day late. I apologize. I'm trying to get better on the schedule with the 1 block. It's just a lot of stuff has happened. I'm so sorry. Next week, I promise, next week. Though, there might be a video coming out. Probably not on Thursday. It's probably going to be a different day. But there's a video going to be coming out. I have something coming, and I probably might be doing something I haven't done in a while. So, yeah. Be on the lookout for that. That might be a special Tuesday episode. Anyway, I think that's going to be about it. So until next time, Heartlings, have a good one, and I will see you all later. Goodbye! I need to sleep. Goodbye.